Yes, sorry for the delay. Sorry. We here now though. How's everybody doing? Welcome to today's stream. Like I said, sorry for the delay, guys. Had a little bit of technical issues, but we're here now. We're here now. Uh, what's up, Muhammad? What's up, Winner Wins and Victor? Happy Wednesday. How has the trading been so far, guys? This week we have very beautiful moves on gold, which we will be going over here in a second. What's up, Outcaps? Can we start now? Bessie just tweeted in gold dumped. Yeah, I saw the dump. That was super sudden. I did not expect it. I was actually in the buy. I got stopped out of break even, but it's fine. At least it's break even. What's up, Babuzi, Hasmuk? Welcome everybody. Let me prepare here real quick the chart and then also for the giveaway later today. Um, okay, let's go back here. Okay. Bro, you teaching best. Appreciate you. You've been waiting for a moment. Yeah, I'm sorry for the delay, guys. I know this keeps happening. I'm very sorry. Uh, you look like Virat Kohli. Who's that? Never heard of that guy. Um, what's up, Foley? What's up, Pawanta? All right, guys. So I don't want to take too much of your time because I also don't have that much time for today. So I would say let's start with a breakdown on gold here. So let's start with sharing the screen. Um, make sure. Okay, so I hope everybody can see my screen here. Here we go again, yes, Sirski. I had to skip Monday because Monday I basically spent some days with my girl because we had a 6 year anniversary. So gotta spend time with the loved ones here first. Giveaway later today. What's up, Vicky Sharma? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Imtiazna Selalem? All right, so let's look at gold here, guys. Basically, right? So on the high time frames, I think it's super obvious, super clear in which trend we are currently on. It's been absolutely skyrocketing. This literally looks like a crypto pump. I'm not gonna lie. So right now we are in a breakout phase once more. So breakout phase is very, very interesting to be trading these. And looking at the daily, looking at the weekly as well, and on a 4 hour time frame, all of the time frames are all in sync. They're all bullish. So that leaves us with more or less, the clarity of, okay, if we're bullish, what are we looking to take? Now, for me personally, I'm a big fan of trading with the trend, therefore taking buys instead of sells. Does that mean that sells cannot be profitable? No. But if we're looking at this, right, let's just look at the past for the last few days. We see this big impulse to the upside. Now look at the size, right? And then we see a small pullback bearish. Then we have another big impulse to the upside. And then we have another pullback small bearish, right? And then look at that. We have another big impulse, small pullback. So I hope you guys kind of understand that when we are bullish, there's no real reason to be looking to short, especially not long term. But there's a reason to buy and hold either for a day, for a few hours, or maybe even for a few weeks before we could, because we could see gold continuing rising. Because it really doesn't seem like there's anything stopping it. We could expect, back beforehand right here at this opening gap, I was expecting price to pull back to 5,000, which it did. And then was a question, will this hold as a support or will it break back down under? Now here it did hold, so right now we are currently trading above it. We reached 5,100, had a major price reaction over here, and then the buyers took back over, push price back to the upside. So right now the buyers are literally in control. Sid Gamer, please don't spam. I do want to make sure to read the comments and go over questions. If you spam, then I'm not able to read the actual questions. But hi. So yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Gold and silver will be down. As of right now, it does not really look like that. Tell gold to come down. That's enough all time. I can't tell gold to do anything. Should we just buy? At this point, I would just buy. But I'll go over here in a second what I can, explain to you guys. Keep buying until some retracement. Well, yes, and then also no, because look, we are at all-time highs. We're at a breakout leg. We could expect, because you guys have to remember that whatever goes up must come down. We don't know when it will come down, but we know that sooner or later it will, because that is typically normal for market structure. If it goes up, it comes down sooner or later. But if you're an intraday trader, you could be looking at, okay, the intraday zones of where is price at right now and where could it be heading for the next few days or for the next few hours. So looking at the 4 hour time frame firstly, let's just place support and resistance on the 4 hour time frame, because that's obviously according to my strategy. So we had a resistance zone down here at the 4 hour, which was at the flat 5 100, where we saw a nice reaction over here. Then we can clone this and mark off the highs here, okay? And then another low down here, which also, this was a nice sell setup short term, because we did have a gap here which got filled by 100%, and then we saw a bounce back up. So this was a short term nice sell from this point to this point to fill the gap, or a beautiful buy position from this point to fill the gap to then take up into new highs. So right now we have these 4 hour ranges. Let's look at the 1 hour range. So down here, very interesting. We have a big ass fair value gap just resting from this point to this point. Down here, we have this candle without a lower wick. So that also could be very interesting to get filled sooner or later. So this area down here would be, for me, an area of interest to be looking for price to basically come back down into this range and then see how it would like to react in this area to potentially then take all time like buys back up into all time highs, or maybe even break these highs again. um yeah, we're waiting for more or less like a dip. And also we have high impact news today, later today. I think it's FOMC, if I'm not mistaken. Let me actually check Forex Factory real quick. Yeah, we have FOMC later today. So basically, for the rest of the few hours, I do not expect like a lot of volume in the markets up until FOMC. And now FOMC really depends how what speak about. That's gonna bring a lot of volume and volatility into the market again. And therefore, now looking at it today, so right now we're rejecting this downside again. We did have a bearish impulse here, this bearish candle, because somebody tweeted something on X, that like a politician, I think, that had this quick sell-off. Can we expect gap up again next week? Probably. Um, will it go to 5 400 after FOMC? 5 400? Potentially, potentially. But at this point, anything is possible. We could see a huge ass reversal. We could see a breakout until more all-time highs. So right now it's more, look at the politics, but also look at the price action and what it's telling you guys right now. And looking at price right now, we see, based on the wicks, right? This is why it's so important to learn to read candlesticks. Based on the wicks right now, this area right here is a demand area, right, where buyers are holding right now. So every time we pull into this range, buyers just push price back up. It comes into the range, buyers push it back up. It comes into the range, buyers push it back up. So in this area right here, there are a lot of resting orders waiting to get filled, and every time it taps into it, the buy orders just push price back up. So the question now here is how many times more can it tap into it before all the orders, the buy orders get absorbed and it starts breaking back down? Or how many times more does it put into this pool of buyers before there's enough volume and less sellers to push price back out and create all-time highs? So that's basically the question we have to ask ourselves. So where price is at right now, I would not really trade it, right? I will wait for a break and retest above the current highs that it has been building here at the, what point is this? The 5290s or 53 flat, right? If you want to go with key numbers or key levels. And then also the moment we start seeing a strong bearish candle close below this range that we've marked off, like if it closes strongly below, let's say something like this, we could kind of wait for a minor pullback into the area, wait for some type of a rejection on the 5-minute time frame, and then take short term, not long term, short term sells back down into this area, which would be the 5180s, and then also back down to fill this fair value gap, this big ass fair value gap down here, which will be into the 5120s or 5100s flat. So that would be basically the two possible scenarios for today and then also for later today during FOMC. But overall, I'm bullish bias. So if we're looking for high probability buys, it will look something like this: break, close above the range, pullback, 5-minute rejection to the downside. So leaving a wick to the downside, but the body closes above. Then long up until basically all-time highs, or you can look on the right for flat numbers to work with, which in this case, the next flat number would be the 5400s. After that, the 5450s, then the 5500. So you can just go based on that. And another buy setup would be to wait for price to pull back a little more, right? Pull back into this area down here. And now once it is down here, you want to wait for a breakout structure to the upside and then take the longs here into previous highs up here. So this will basically be the two high probability buy setups that one could be looking for. And if you're feeling a little bit aggressive, then you could take short-term sales as well. Wait till FOMC. Yeah, I would also recommend waiting for that because we really don't know if it's going to dump or pump, but it's going to do one of both, I think. Gold is actually crazy. No, I would not sell either. Giveaway will be happening later today. Also, what I recommend, look, so gold overall just keeps rising, right? It's like, um, yeah, so gold is like a safe haven, right? It's like a long-term investment as well. What's up, the art trading? Welcome, bro. What's up, Ahmad? So if you're looking to invest like long term, then gold is also a great option because you could literally just whenever it starts to pull back again, let's say to the 5,000s or to the 4,800s, you can just bulk buy gold and then just hold like multiple months, maybe even years. Because in the long term history of gold, it has always been rising, especially due to uncertainty in the markets, due to uncertainty in the politics. This is typically what happens with gold. You just see like big ass pushes to the upside, then it starts consolidating a little bit before breaking back out. But in the overall time of gold since its existence, you guys can you literally go back on the charts. We see that steadily it has been rising over time. So you guys can either buy gold, um, virtually in form of CFDs, in form of um, swing trading, or you can also just buy gold like materialistic gold, like actual gold in the stores in the next jeweler, and then just hold that gold, put it somewhere in a box, in a safe, and just hold it because long term it will keep rising. What time is FOMC? FOMC is at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. I think is that my time frame? Let me check. Um, yeah, it's 8 p.m. Europe time, so I think it's basically in 3.5 hours. Yeah, gold is literally flying. It's literally going bananas right now. Right now it's choppy, but I think we're just preparing for another breakout, if I'm honest. Nah, the highs are not old. The highs are new. Yeah, physical gold. Um, Golden GU, huge moves. Yeah, I mean, basically, also any pair compared with USD will have some good moves for sure. February month will come with many opportunities, but so far the market has been crazy. So if you're basically just buying during your session, buying during a pullback, there's really no real reason why you shouldn't be profitable at this point if you're trading gold. For example, right here, I mean, this was late session, like late New York, but we have a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Like you can't tell me anything, but this is like the clearest head and like inverse head and shoulder pattern I've ever seen. Like the cleanest, right? So even if you're just trading pairs like patterns, you could just wait here. We have a fair value gap. We get a tap into, we get a rejection. So you could just get in right here, place your stops below the right shoulder, and then just target, I don't know, like a 2 or 3 hour multiple, 3 hour, and then just hold it. Boom. And it's literally as simple as that. There's no real reason to overcomplicate trading. And I love, right? I love price action. And here, this was like actually super clear because we had a gap right here, right? So you can mark this off as gap. Then we have a breakout. We have a pullback right into the gap. Then we go back to the 5 minute time frame, wait for an entry signal on the gap. We get a morning star pattern right here, which is one of my favorite high impact or high probability entry signals. Place our stops below the zone and TP into the next area of resistance that we've marked off before. And now you have another 3 hour multiple in the span of a few hours play out. Mm, 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 mm. Imagine gold touching 10K by year end. That would be insane. I do believe long term it will be probably like Bitcoin, bro. Like 100K each, like for an ounce. But long term, long term. Still got a long way to go though. Why gold's all time high again and again? Due to politic uncertainty. Uncertainty in the market. Every time when the investors get scared, they take out their money from like other big firms. They take out the money from the banks and they put it into gold. And now gold therefore keeps rising in price because more and more people are dumping their money into it. So that's basically what we're seeing here. I do not trade on trade of 8. Any words for silver? It's also booming without filling fair value gaps. Let's look at silver here. Silver's like the twin, obviously, of gold, so they typically move fairly similar here. But if I had to choose, I would always choose gold. Just I don't know, I just have a better. I just think that it has like better price action, in my opinion. Because right now this actually looks pretty ugly on silver. We have this high here, and we have this recent swing low over here, right? So based on swing high and swing low, this is the last swing low. This is the last swing high. So anything in between is more like trading in a range, more or less. It did kind of tap into this fair value gap here on a 1 hour. It inversed this one over here. So that would have been a nice buy setup. It tapped into the one here for short-term buy as well. So it does react on, also this is the bearish fair value gap. It does seem to react on the 1 hour fair value gaps here. Which trading platform provided by ThinkCapital? Think Markets. We're backed by the broker Think Markets, which is also the platform I'm using right now. 10K is for real crazy number. It is, right? But I feel like back in the days, talking about being about gold being at 5K, people were like, "Yeah, you're absolutely crazy. That is never gonna happen." And next thing you know, we are above 5,000. When I started trading, guys, I literally have screenshots for when I started trading gold. I think it was in 2021 or so. I have screenshots of gold being at, I think it was like 1.5K, maybe 2K. Max 2K was at that time. So in the span of for 3 4 years, it went from 2,000 or maybe 1,800 all the way up to 5,000. That is absolutely crazy. It's like a, what's that, like a 5x? Gold reached 7,000 near in April. We'll have to wait and see. Have to wait and see, guys. But yeah, so looking at back at gold here, we are kind of respecting this demand area once more. Um, so as long as it doesn't close back under this area, I do kind of see it breaking back out to all-time highs. But then again, I personally would recommend waiting for FOMC in 3.5 hours and don't really trade beforehand because it's gonna be choppy. I do kind of know how gold likes to move at this point, and I know for a fact that before FOMC, it's typically very, very slow. So it wouldn't really make sense, getting in on a trade right now because it's probably just gonna play with your emotions and then just mess around. So better just wait either until tomorrow, um, or after FOMC if you're trading late today. You think gold will crash? Imagine thinking that the entire time. Imagine thinking that here, and then imagine thinking that here, and then imagine thinking that here. And here it did kind of crash, but afterwards it didn't. Imagine thinking that here, thinking that here, thinking that here. So, I mean, that's what I said like at the beginning of the stream, guys. If we're bullish, there's no real reason to be waiting on that big downfall because we should react and adapt to what the market is doing right now. And what the market right now is bullish. So as long as it's bullish, it makes sense to buy. If it can switch bearish in intraday trend for sure. But right now we have a higher high, we have a higher low, we have an equal high, and as long as this higher low on the 1 hour time frame is not broken, such as this right here. So basically, as long as it doesn't break close below this area, pulls back, creates a new lower high, creates a new lower low afterwards. As long as that doesn't happen on gold, intraday wise, it's still bullish as well. So now you have weekly bullish, daily bullish, 4 hour bullish, 1 hour bullish. There's already 4 time frames bullish. Now let's look at the 30 minute bullish, 15 minute consolidating but still bullish, 5 minute also. Okay, 5 minute is the only one that broke the lows here, so that's low low. So that's already like 6 or 7 time frames bullish. Therefore probability is bullish. FOMC may crash gold. We'll have to wait and see. I do recommend not trading news though. Not don't trade news. Damn, the light is so bright on my face. Let me turn this down a little bit. Nope, nope. Okay, there you go. That's much better. So yeah, I don't recommend really trading news. Just wait for them to pass. So basically, realistically, you could just wait for tomorrow, and then wait for New York session tomorrow. Wait for FOMC to pass, and then you can trade. Let me see if there's high impact news tomorrow. Unemployment claims at 2:30, but that's it. So tomorrow should be a fairly chill, nice, trending day. I think gold will crash up. uh, 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 uh. Yeah, just wait for buying setups. Exactly. Wait for pullback. Wait for a break of structure back to the upside. Like here, we have a pullback. Then we go to the 5 minute time frame. Let me delete this. We wait for a 5 minute break of structure back to the upside. So basically, this 5 minute point right here that you guys see, we basically want to wait for a break above it. Let me remove this here. Make the background green. So basically, you want to wait for a breakout above this high, and then therefore it will also be above the resistance. Then you want to wait for some type of a pullback back in the range. You want to wait for a rejection candle with a wick to the downside, and then you want to get in on buys. You want to place your stop below the rejection candle, and then you want to target at least a 2-hour multiple, maybe 2.5, and that's basically the high probability setup. Could you basically be buying here right now? Yes, you could, but it will be a little more aggressive because we broke the lows here on the 5-minute time frame. So this was a previous 5-minute low or even the wicks, and here we broke the lows. So this is considered a lower low, and this is the last higher high. So as long as price doesn't break this new higher high and creates a new higher low and then rejects, there's no real buying setup here yet. Because what could happen here? It broke the lows. So now this could anywhere between this range and this range create a new higher low or equal high and then start breaking and creating new lower lows here as well. So that's why waiting for breakout structure is very essential. Please don't spam, Sig Gamer. Please do not spam. I know you guys are here for the giveaway. Please be patient. We're not here, guys. We're not here for the giveaway. I mean, I hope most of you are not here for the giveaway. I do know that most of you are, though. But I believe that these streams are way more valuable that could literally help you more than a 10 or 5K challenge. Because at the end of the day, you win and then you just go right ahead and blow it because you have no idea how to properly trade because you never pay attention in the streams, but you just come for the giveaway. Um, AMD, yeah, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. That's a very interesting strategy for sure, yeah. Exactly. We need to learn, yes, sir, Ahmad. Listen to Ahmad, guys. He knows what's up. For real, bro. I never joined stream for just giveaway. Yeah, I mean, look, it's literally like a win-win, right? It's like you come to join, like you come to learn from professional traders, and then at the same time you get a chance to win something. So it's like a win-win. But people just joining for a challenge and then they get the challenge and then they just blow it because they have no idea how to trade. It's like, bro, if you really want to make it in trading, it does make sense to learn from experienced traders. And then also on top, ThinkCapital is literally providing free value for you guys every week. It's not just me streaming. We have other professional traders streaming as well. And if you watch every single stream, you will get better. It's just a fact because you're learning from experienced traders. Gold is continuously proving wrong my gut feelings. Then Makar, listen to your gut feeling and then do the contrary. If gold is telling you to buy, just sell. Like if your gut feeling is telling you to sell, just buy, bro. Trust. Sometimes the reverse psychology works. Gold little recovery. Yeah, I see it approaching the 5-minute highs here. I do like these rejections down here, not gonna lie. So it probably already gathered a lot of buying pressure down here, a lot of orders. As long as it holds down here, this area, I do see the potential of breaking out. But then again, I feel like for the next few hours, we'll probably do this. Go up here, reject, come back down in the range. Go up here, reject, come back down maybe in this range. And then FOMC Badoom. Badoom or Badum. One of these two is going to happen during FOMC. Today earned $200 plus and now learning. Let's go, Pawanta. I love to hear that, man. If breakout, then buy setup is cool. Yeah. Should I always target liquidity for X in my trade? It really comes up to your overall strategy and your risk management strategy, Mir Sawir. Also here, we don't really know where to get out here because we are trading at all-time highs. So price could continue rising, I don't know, up until 5,500, but it could also just break out real quick and then come back down below the range. So for me personally, what I like to look for is at least a 2 hour multiple and then target previous liquidity points, right? Or previous market structure points, which in this case, the first take profit will be the all-time high up here. And what range is that? The 53.11s, right? So if I'm gonna buy down here or from here to here, this will be my first take profit area. Based on this high here, we could expect some resting liquidity above this area here that could push price back down. Let me remove this. That could, let's draw this out. So let's say you get in buys here, TP1 is here. Now, once it reached this area, it could push price back down because there could be a lot of resting orders, selling orders up here. There could be a lot of fixed take profit areas, and there could be selling stop losses here as well. So when everything gets triggered in here, there could be a bearish move back to the downside. So this would be my first TP area. What would I do if my TP is right here, but my risk ratio is like, I don't know, like a 1 to 1? So if it's late in session, right? So let's say it's right here and something like this. So if it's still in my session, I would just move my stops to break even once this take profit is hit. And then it's either gonna come back down to break even, stop me out, it is what it is, or it's gonna continue pushing because here we now have more buying volume stepping into the market. So it's going to be one of these two, right? So I just want to be secured at break even and then I just let it ride. Now, if it's very late in session and I'm not supposed to be trading either way and I see price approaching this area, I would probably just close at a 1 to 1, call it a day, come back tomorrow because it's already late in session. So that's basically how I go about take profits. But typically, I want to make sure that I have at least a 2 hour multiple. So in this case, be somewhere up here, right? A 2 hour. And then I will look to the right and see, okay, could that be like a rounded key level? In this case, the key level will be the 60 or the 70, right? The 330/70. So I would just expand it to the 370s and just hold it there. I hope that kind of makes sense. Appreciate your celebrity cook. Thank you. It will not crash today, mark my words. We'll have to wait and see. It's true, I got better when I started watching these streams. Appreciate you, Kimo Moody. Much love, bro. Yeah, it's trapping for the news right now. That's why it's probably gonna continue chopping around. And then it's probably gonna do fake out, and everybody's gonna be like, oh, it sells, let's sell into this shit. And the next thing you know, it's just skyrockets up. Let me see if I can find a rocket. There you go. Let's make this huge. Can we make this bigger? Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. Also, exactly, don't trade news, guys. Why gold struggling this magic number for 100, for 200? Well, those are all key levels. So based on the investors and the big traders and the big banks, they love key levels. So they will always place like their take profit at a key level or their buy limits or sell limits at a key level. And if they're those are the areas with the most accumulated amount of orders. So that's why we always typically, not always, but most of the time see price reacting in that area because people like trading based off that. Because overall the market, what you're seeing right now is just a game of humans, right? The market is literally, it is a game of numbers, but it is those numbers are being moved by humans for the most part, and humans are emotional. So what we're seeing here is not just a candlestick going up and down. What we're seeing here is somebody, right? Let's go to the low time frame, right? Let's go to the 3 minute time frame. Somebody right now, right? Let's zoom in into this shit. A lot of people right now are emotionally feeling that it has to go down, which is why price is going lower, right? They're selling because they want to make profit selling. So they're pushing price down. Now, every time we see price bounce back up, there are people saying, no, I believe that price needs to go up at this point. It has to go up. So they buy into this because they believe price will continue higher, right? And now it starts flipping. The sellers are like, no, we're selling. The buyers are like, no, we're buying right now. So all this, what you're seeing right now, is just a like accumulation of people thinking different things at the same time and clicking buttons based on what they perceive as correct. That's it. That's it. Like, so basically, the market is literally just a huge pool for emotions, if you want to kind of see it like that, which is kind of crazy. And now, the more thoughts and the more emotions accumulate in the area, right? If there's two, like, if there's a lot of people right here thinking, oh yeah, we reached this high, it has to sell, or somebody posts something on Twitter or on X, and you react emotional, that's when we see these type of movements back down. And then down here we see people saying, oh, beautiful, this is perfect, this is priced at a discount, so I will buy into this because I was waiting all day for this discount. So they buy into it and then they hold it, right? So it's like emotions up and down, literally. Intraday or scalping, I'm a fan of both, right? I'm like a mixture. Sometimes I'm in a trade for 15 minutes, sometimes it's 2 hours. Really comes up to price action and volume. Yeah, but guess who works in banks? So you're saying it's banks controlling the market, not us retailers? Heard we barely have an impact. We really barely have an impact. So even if you make 10,000, you lose 10,000. You make 100,000, even the 100,000, we're not really making an impact, right? But who controls the banks? Who's sitting behind the banks? It's humans. It's people that have been in the market probably for like 30, 40 years. It's very experienced people, but it's still humans. And this is what we see. Yeah, gold is real life, guys. It's real life for the people that don't know. This is happening right now. It's happening right now. It's very, very live. It's the actual price action of gold right this moment. So if you were to go to a jeweler right now and sell all your gold, this jeweler will open the metrics and see where gold is at right now. It's valued at $5,272. And that's exactly the rate you will be getting if you're selling gold right this moment, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. So guys, giveaway time, because I have to hop off in a few minutes. So in order to enter the giveaway, guys, comment gold hashtag gold all in small, and you will be entered into the giveaway. Here I'm giving away 3 5K challenges. So comment hashtag gold all in small to enter on the giveaway, and I'll give you guys around 2 minutes to enter. And then also you have to leave a like on the stream. If you don't like leave a like on the stream, you will not be entered, and I will be double checking that as well. Hashtag gold, you will be entered, and also leave a like on the stream. And I'm gonna prepare the giveaway here. Hashtag gold all in small, not big, small. And also don't forget to leave a like on the stream, guys. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, one more minute to enter on the giveaway. Hashtag gold all in small, and leave a like on the stream. There will be 3 winners, 5K each. Now let me share the screen. All right, I'd say let's get started. had a chance to enter. And now let's make sure to shuffle this up. Hashtag gold, like on the stream. And let's get started on picking 3 winners of 5K challenge each. And let's start this. Let's see who wins today, y'all. And the winners, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, are Gopi 416, Selalem 4336, and Mir Sabir. Congratulations, guys. Let's go. Spam some W's for the winners, guys. Gopi, Selalem, and Mir Sabir. Congratulations on the 3 winners. To claim your account, please make sure to join our Discord and write a message to Andre's support, and you will get your credentials and your login details. I wish you lots of luck with the challenge, guys. Take it serious because although it's 5K, you can still make a good amount of nice profit to reinvest into more challenges. So congratulations to the winners, guys. This is gonna be it from me today. I will be back on Monday, so it's not that big amount of days in between. So I'm really looking forward to see you guys again. But beside that, watch out for FOMC, y'all. We have FOMC in 3 hours. So I would rather, recommend you guys to not trade before FOMC. Probably not trade at all anymore because it's fairly late. So just wait for FOMC to pass. Come back tomorrow, during New York session, and overall wait for a break and retest above for highs, or wait for a bigger pullback back down into the range between 5,160 and 5,100, right? Between the range 5,160, 5,100, wait for a bigger pullback into that range for high probability buys. Okay, guys? So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed the stream. DM Andre, community manager on Discord, with proof of the channel and with your registered ThinkCapital address, and add my live stream date for the winners. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care. Peace out.